Hi everyone, so in today's video we're going to continue with tip and tax. So yesterday we worked forward how to find tip and tax, multiplying with decimals. Today we're going to be working backwards, so finding the original value, which is going to be using division with decimals. Okay. So yesterday we looked at the equation for finding tip and tax, and so this equation right here, original times the percent, is what gives you the tip and tax, and then we added it to the original. So we just all put it in one. Today we're just going to be working with what's inside of the parentheses, because that's what we will in the Khan Academy problems have been given, the tip and tax and the percent, and then we're asked to work backwards to find the original value. So there are two steps in when it comes to working backwards. So our steps, so convert percent to a decimal, and then step 2, divide tip or tax by percent as a decimal, of course. And so our equation for this is going to be, I guess I'm going to write the normal equation and then I'll show you kind of why we do what we do. So normally to find our tip or tax, we would do original cost times the percent, and that gives us the tip or the tax. And so today we're trying to find this. So if we use like algebra rules, we would divide both sides by the percent to get original cost is equal to tip or tax divided by percent. So that's where these steps come from. So in order to find original cost, tip tax divided by percent gives us the original cost. So let's work through some examples. And for these, you might see these numbers in Khan Academy. I took out the context of the story problem, but if you get these numbers, the answer will be the same. So let's say that they tell you that there is a sales tax, and that gives you 0.72. So that's what they got for the sales tax, and then the tax percent is 6%. And you're asked, okay, if this is what you paid in taxes and this is what percent, what's the original value? So where you're going to do our tip, or I guess your tax, divided by the percent as a decimal. And when I convert this to a decimal, we start at the end because there is no decimal. So if there was a decimal, we'd start at the decimal, but since there isn't, we move it in twice. And since I created an extra space, I have to add a 0, so I get 0.06. So here I have 0.72 divided by 0.06 equals, and then for these, if you would like to use a calculator, you can use a calculator. And so I would have 0.72 divided by 0.06, and I get 12 as my answer. So my original cost before sales tax is $12. Okay, let's do another sales tax example. Let's say that my sales tax was $1.54, and my tax percent was 5.5%. Okay, so for this one here, normally you've seen percents in this form where there's no decimal. So here, we started our decimal, we don't start here, and I move it in twice. So I would get 0.055. So that's what this is as a percent, or as a decimal. So now I divide, so I get 1.54 divided by 0.055, and I can use a calculator. And I get $28. So my original cost before they added sales tax is $28. Okay, let's do 2 tip examples and then we will be done. So let's say that the tip was $1.80. And the tip percent that I chose to leave was 20%. So same thing, I'm going to do, oops, sorry, that should say $1.80. $1.80 divided by 20% as a decimal. So I start at the end, I move it in, I get 0.20 or just 0.2. And now I divide. And my original cost was $9. Okay, last one. Let's say I left a tip of $2 and the tip percent that I left was 25%. So same step, 2 divided by 25% as a decimal. It's going to be 0.25. I get 8. So my original cost is $8. So for these ones, again, you just work backwards to solve for the original cost. So it's going to be tip or tax divided by your percent, and that's going to give you the original cost of the item.